Well, I was excited for nothing. Hello everyone, this is Icy Abyss here and today we are going to talk about Marvel's Secret Invasion. Now I'm gonna be honest, when I saw the trailer I was really excited for this show, and from looking at the likes versus dislike ratio on that trailer, it really seemed like I wasn't the only one who thought this show was going to be a banger. But as time passes and some reviews came along a few days ago, not reviews from people on YouTube, I mean professional reviewers. Apparently they watched the first 2 episodes and well, let's just say they weren't a big fan of this show. In fact, it seems like it's the worst rated Marvel show reviewed by professional reviewers. And those kind of reviewers are known to give really good ratings to even the worst of Marvel shows. So even them not giving a crap about this show was definitely a big red flag. Well, that was a few days ago. And now we have the episode released and I finally watched it. And now I'm gonna talk about it. And if you like listening to me struggling to make a good review, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I know you hear this a lot, but please consider doing that as it really helps a lot more than you know. Okay, so now with that cringe out of the way, let's finally talk about this episode. Now this episode starts with a narration which I swear to God should have been the plot of Captain Marvel, the movie. Basically the narration says how the Skrulls are evil and how they can hide in plain sight and you would never know if your loved one was a Skrull. God, I wish this was the plot of Captain Marvel, but instead they pulled a 180 and made Skrulls the good guys. I think that was a huge loss of opportunity. Skrulls as villains has so much potential. You could have built them up as the next big Avengers level threat after Thanos, but they needed to virtue signal and made Skrulls an allegory for Mexicans crossing the border and Kree as the bad Americans who killed the Skrulls. God, it was a horrible idea for that horrible movie. And now they are pulling the same 180 in this show. Now Skrulls are the bad guys. At least most of them are, or some of them. So why are the Skrulls so bad, I hear you asking? Well, you see how Nick Fury and Carol Danvers promised to find the Skrulls a new home for them? Well, they haven't done that. For 30 fucking years they haven't. Now some of the Skrulls are mad obviously and doing these terrorist attacks to start a war between Russia and the US so that they will nuke each other, killing all life on Earth. So Skrulls who are immune to radiation will live dandily on Earth. Now, what I just explained to you is the problem / core of this show. Everything in this show will build on top of this core problem or conflict. But the thing is, the core problem of this show is absolutely bonkers. It's absolutely horrible. I can't begin to explain how stupid this thing is. First of all, why hasn't Nick Fury found a planet for the Skrulls to live on for the past 30 freaking years? Second, if Nick and Carol haven't found a planet for the Skrulls, why haven't the Skrulls fucked off in their spaceship to find a new planet for themselves? Third, the plan for the Skrulls to start a nuke war between Russia and US is absolutely idiotic, brainless. Because if those countries nuked each other like they planned, then the whole planet will look like Mars. Speaking of Mars, they have a spaceship, so why not just fuck off to Mars? It's not like you are humans, you can live on that planet fine, you dumb Skrulls. That's what I mean when I say that the core problem / the conflict of this show is absolutely shit. So no matter what they build on top of this thing is going to be shit as well. I think this has been a big problem in Marvel Phase 4. They are really unable to make a believable conflict in their shows or movies. So when the core conflict of the show is unbelievable, then no one can take the rest of the show seriously either. Now, like I mentioned before, that the professional reviewers had reviewed the first 2 episodes of this show, so who knows, it might get better in the future. I mean, it's a fool's hope, but yeah, that's all I can do for now. Also, there's a little dumb thing about Nick Fury that I wanted to talk about. The fact that Nick Fury left Saber without so much as a word. He just up and disappears. I mean, Nick Fury has been working for S.H.I.E.L.D. for so long. The guy may as well had been born on that helicarrier. The guy doesn't know the proper protocol of how he should take a proper leave. And then the president is already making a big hoopla about Nick Fury leaving his position. I mean, the guy has been working for so long and disappears for 10 minutes and is considered AWOL again. I mean, have a little bit of a faith, man. Again, I just think that it's fucking Nick Fury. He could have easily found a solution for this kind of problem instead of handling it so poorly. Okay, so one more thing about Nick Fury. They keep mentioning in this episode that Nick Fury has changed ever since the blip. Like how and why? You never hear it from Nick Fury's mouth. It's always someone else psychoanalyzing Nick Fury. Like, who the hell are you? Are you his psychiatrist or something? And again, this kind of character development should be something we see rather than something we are told by some other character. God, that was a depressing thing. You should show us the character development, not tell us the character development of a character that happened off screen. Seriously. One more thing that I should mention before ending this miserable video is the awful intro that they made for this show. Don't get me wrong, I really love the vibe of it. I think it fits perfectly for this show. But the fact that it was made by an AI is just so fucking awful. Like, this was supposed to be a top tier Hollywood production and you are using AI to make the intro of this show. This is just goddamn pathetic. Oh, okay, so what's that I hear you asking, my dear viewer? You are asking me whether I have some proof that this was an AI generated intro? No. The answer is simple. I don't know. In fact, I have not even googled it yet. I don't need it. You know why? Because I have a pair of eyes. That's how I know. That's an AI generated intro and it's pathetic for Marvel. All in all, I think the rest of the show might be really bad as well, because once you can't even make the core conflict of this show without a dozen plot holes, then there's no way what's to come will be any better either. Anywho, this is it for me. Let me know what you guys think about the first episode of this show, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.